practice, which is an exploration of balance and stability, where we're really going to challenge our balance and stability. So we're going to start with just a little warm-up to kind of wake up both sides of the brain. So starting with opposite arm and leg, so opposite sides of the body, you reach up, or the side, reach up, then you cross behind, tap the foot, cross in front, tap the foot. And again, side, side, behind, in front. Side, side, behind, in front. And then just see if you can get a little faster with it. So it's great for just waking up the two hemispheres and getting into the body before we start to play with our balance. Good, now we're going to start other side first. So slow it down to start with, side, and then behind, in front. Side, side, behind, in front. And then start to go a little quicker. Find your own rhythm with it, but really challenge yourself. How fast can you go? You know, if you muck it up, doesn't matter. There's probably going to be lots of opportunities to muck up and fall in this practice. Whoops, like that. Good, and then bring that to a settle. This time we're going to do a little march or a slow march where we're going to swing the arms a little bit faster. So you'll lift one leg up and double time the arms and then switch sides. So it's really going to challenge your balance to try and stay in balance rather, as the arms swing a little faster. So providing that little extra bit of perturbation. And again, don't worry if you fall out. The falling out is also part of the practice. Good, and then let that settle. Hopefully you've got a weight or something just heavy that you can hold alongside. You know, grab that now. We're going to do a chair pose with the weight on one side. So feet about hip distance apart. Hold the weight in whichever arm you want to start with. Press out with your feet. Bend your knees, sit down. So you'll notice the weight is kind of pulling your weight. You're pulling, your body weight to one side a little more. So noticing what you have to do to counteract that. Noticing the muscles that are engaging to counteract that. Good, push through the heels, rise up, switch sides. Same thing, sit into your chair. And then again, notice what your body is doing to reorganize itself with this extra load. Good, push the ground away, rise on up. Take that weight, or you can go a little lighter if you need to, and punch it up above the head and then keep it there. So you want to really lock out the elbow, push that shoulder to the sky. Step one foot forward and lower into a lunge. So back knee to the floor and then step back. Other leg steps forward, lower, and step back. So the weight above your head, again, just challenging our core stability as we take these lunge steps. Try and keep the elbow locked, the arm extended. Let's go for 3 more. Good, and then bring the weight down. Other side, punch up to the sky. This time we're going to step backwards, so slightly different orientation for the body, slightly different organization. Step back, lower the back knee to the floor, and then come forward. Switch sides. Good, and then just keep alternating sides. Again, trying to keep that left arm as straight as you can and reaching up towards the sky. Good, 3 more. 2. And last one. Good, and then bring the weight down, put it to one side. Come to the back of your mat. Put one foot on the floor and then step your other foot right in front, so toes to heel. Pick a spot in front of you and then start to walk all the way to the top of your mat, keeping this heel to toe alignment with the feet. Just noticing what it's like to now walk on a tightrope rather than having the feet more hip distance apart. And then walk backwards. And if you want to make it more challenging, try swinging the arms double time. So it's going to add that little bit of extra perturbation. When you get to the back of your mat, come forward again, and again, you might swing the arms. You might also choose to close the eyes. So adding an extra level of perturbation. Whoop. Closing the eyes feels too scary. Maybe just take your gaze and look around the room so you're not just fixed on one point. Good, and then step it back. Option to either close the eyes or to look around the room. Good, and once you get to the back of your mat, put one foot in front of the other again. Take the arms to what feels comfortable and close your eyes. See if you can balance there on your tightrope, noticing all of that movement that happens, the proprioception in and around the ankles, calf muscles. Don't worry if you fall out, just come back in. It's quite challenging when we first take the eyesight away. And so many of us get used to using our eyes to balance. And closing the eyes gives us greater access to more proprioception. Good, and then open the eyes, put the other foot in front. Same thing, close the eyes, find your balance. Maybe one side feels a lot easier than the other. Nice, and then open the eyes, step to the back of your mat. This time we're going to play with falling into a kind of Crescent Warrior position. So if you've got things that are sort of on the side of your mat or in front, just move them out of the way slightly. And then at the back of your mat, you're going to lean forward until you feel that impetus to catch yourself. So you'll lean, 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 and then catch, and then push it back. And then maybe lean, lean, lean out to the right, catch yourself, push back. Lean over to the left, catch yourself. So we're still using the right foot to step at this stage. And just try that a few more times. Try some different angles. And really try and make it a fall and catch. So you're not in control of the movement so much. You're just allowing yourself to catch it. Good, switch sides. So this time falling and landing with the left foot. And for most of us, that's probably the non-dominant side. Some of you, it might be your favored side. So just notice how it feels to land on the left foot. And again, try not to control it. Really think about falling. Good, and then let that settle. Just come down to your knees for a second. Just give the legs a little bit of a rest. We'll practice falling and catching ourselves with the arms. So take your hands, first of all, place them on the ground, and start to peel the hands away from the floor until you're on your fingertips, and then push the fingertips away. And then fingertips touch first. You go down through the fingers, the ball of the hand until the heel of the hand touches. Push away. Fingers come down first. So just try that a few times just to get the kind of feeling of that. So you're pushing the earth away and then kind of softening into the landing. Now start to add a bend of the elbows and the movement of the chest. So you notice how I'm kind of leaning forward and back, but I'm letting the arms take the weight. So I'm getting used to rebounding and catching my weight with the hands and the arms. Good, and once that starts to feel okay, you can add a little bit more load. So maybe you walk the hands out a little, fall and push, fall and push. And then you can start to play with maybe going off to one side, maybe off to the other side, and just let the hands kind of do what they need to do to catch the weight. So I notice my hands start to turn in so that I can catch myself more in a push-up. Good, another couple. Good, and then let that settle, give the arms a little wriggle. Grab either your block, or you might have a kind of lighter weight of about the same size and put them at the top of your mat. Come back to the back of your mat. We're going to play with falling again into our crescent. We're going to take it all the way to a warrior 3 and then have a little balance challenge with our blocks and things. So start to lean forward until you feel yourself fall. Catch yourself with the right leg, pick the left leg up, warrior 3. And then reach down, pick up either your block or the weight. Come back up, keep the left leg lifted. Put the block or the weight over and down to the right maybe. And then come up. Come back down, pick it up with the other hand, and then move it somewhere else. Maybe off to the other side. Come back up. Reach down with the other hand, pick it up. And then try and take it somewhere else. Be really interesting with where you put it, so it makes it a little bit challenging for your balance to pick it up again. Good, put it down one last time. Now you're going to use this front leg to power off and push all the way to the back of your mat to land on your left foot. Whoop. Hold it and release. Going backwards is often the scary bit because we're not very good at the backwards motion. So, you know, if you fell out, that's okay. If you only took a small step, that's okay as well. Let's try the other side. And start to lean, 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 lean. Catch yourself with your left foot, right leg comes up. Reach down, pick up your block or the weight, and then put it down somewhere interesting. Keep the right leg lifted, reach down with the other hand. Pick up your weight, put it down somewhere else. Come back up. Reach down with the other hand, pick it up. Put it down somewhere interesting. Good, one more time, pick it up. Whoop, and put it down. Now use the front leg to power off and push back to the back of your mat. Whoop, left leg to chest. Good, and then release the leg down, give your legs a little shake out. One last little balance challenge for the legs. Now you can either do this this way around, so pointing your foot at the clock, or second variation is pointing your hand at the clock. Pointing your hand at the clock, a little bit more challenging. So I'll show you the first one. You're going to take the right leg, point at 12 o'clock, point at 3 o'clock, point at 6 o'clock, and point at 9 o'clock. So that's option 1. Option 2, it's more of a warrior 3 leg. So you'll point at 12 o'clock, point at 3 o'clock. This one's hard. Point at 6 o'clock, so it's a little pistol. Come on up, and then point at 9 o'clock. And then switch sides. So either with the foot or with the leg. If you're going with the leg, you're coming with me, you're pointing at 12. Out to 9. Pistol to point to 6. And then point out to 3. Well done. If you want to, you can pause the video and do that whole little sequence again. Otherwise, that's it. That's our fun little balance and perturbation challenge. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.